Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar, Automated Accounting. Grow your practice by partnering with Odoo. My name is Yari Wong. I am a former Big Four manager and current implementation consulting and accounting firms lead here at Odoo San Francisco. And with me today, we have Oksana.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're so excited. My name is Oksana, as you mentioned, and I'm also a business system analyst here at Odoo and also an accountant firm expert. We are from San Francisco office. And a little bit about me, I have over 5 years experience in accounting, and I used to work at CPA firm.
Thank you, Oksana, for your introduction. And before we start with the webinar itself, I would like to share with you what is the goal of this. So we want to present to you the accounting firm's partnership program with Odoo, what are its benefits, but most importantly, to show you how Odoo can help you manage the books of your clients easily with our Odoo Accounting One App Free. Some important considerations before we start as well is that we have a limited amount of time. Because of that, we are going to show you just key workflows and main features, but we will not cover any specific configurations. We already configured the database that we are going to use today in advance. So this is not a technical training itself. Also, it is important to notice that we are using Odoo 18, and maybe when you are creating a new database, you will see additional features or a different UI, but that is something that it is common because we are launching a new version of Odoo in the next few months. So don't worry, Odoo is pretty simple to use, pretty easy to use. So if you have any questions, you have our contact information, and we're also gonna share a few channels where you can reach out as well. A few more points, sorry to keep you on this, but it's going to be pretty short. I'm confident on that. So what we are going to do after the webinar, as I mentioned, is share some additional resources. And most importantly, we are going to contact you to have one-on-one conversations so we get to know you better and explore together how we can collaborate. One important thing is this webinar is specifically for accounting firms or bookkeeping companies. So if you are not this type of company or professional, feel free to drop this webinar and we can share with you a webinar that better suits your specific needs, okay? And finally, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat on YouTube. Make sure that you add your name and also the email that you used to register to this webinar so we know who is asking the question, and if we have time, we can answer them live or we can send you the answers via email, okay? Thank you so much, and now I'm going to ask Oksana to help you with the presentation.
Sure. Thank you, Yair. And thank you, everyone, for joining. It's an exciting time for us. So I'll start with our slides, and then we will jump into our demo. So today's agenda for this webinar is we'll talk about who we are as a company, what is our mission, and how we help business owners. Also, accounting features that can help automate your accounting processes, demonstrate how you can use them on a daily basis. Also, finally, we will have some time for you to ask questions and see the benefits of accounting firm program. So what is Odoo? So if I have to summarize or describe Odoo in three simple characteristics or concepts, I would define it as all-in-one, easy-to-use system and with an impressive ability to be used by many different industries. We're now focused on the one specific industry or one specific process. We have a full suite of application for all industries and businesses' needs. In the slides, I have an example of some industries that can be manageable in Odoo and also their applications, as you see on the screen. But today we will only focus on a finance app and also one app free, which called accounting. Our presence is, we have over 21 offices worldwide, from San Francisco to Belgium, Hong Kong, Sydney, or Mexico, but we are located, as it was mentioned, in San Francisco. But in US, we do have 2 offices, San Francisco and Buffalo. Who we are, and also on this slides, you can see that this is the most updated numbers. Odoo is not just a name, but a growing and thriving community made up of users, partners, developers, and employees. In this statistic, you can see the incredible yearly growth that Odoo has been reaching by 67% yearly, and also we have been in market by over 20 years. And in this slide, you can see our diverse community of users we work with already.
Perfect. Thank you, Oksana.
Sure.
Now that we are on the same page about what is Odoo and what we are offering into the market, let's talk more about our mission, the problem that we see in the accounting practice and how we are proposing to solve that, and obviously the program itself. Our mission is pretty simple. If we quote Fabian Pickers, our CEO and founder, is to help people do more in less time. As simple as that. How we can do that? Well, a company usually run different softwares to operate. We can see that a company can use up to 15 different softwares of applications to run their daily operations.
Right.
So that is really difficult. The old way of doing accounting is that you will have an accounting software, maybe an accounts payable software. You will use spreadsheets or Excel sheets, signs, maybe one chat communication software, so on and so forth. What we are proposing is a new way. Basically, just use one single platform, Odoo, where you can do all your accounting workflows. You can do invoicing. You can manage different documents. Also, you have the option of using the spreadsheet application inside Odoo as well, and communicate internally and with your colleagues or with your clients. Everything in one single place, one single software. That is our proposition to this problem. What is the program? So the program is a free partnership for bookkeeping or CPA firms using or willing to use Odoo. So if your company is a bookkeeping company, so you can join this program for free, and you will have these benefits. First off, you will have free access to all your clients' database, what we call hosted SaaS online. You will receive free introductory training, either online, we have different courses, or in person. We actually run what we call Odoo Academies in our different offices and also in different cities around the United States. And also, one important benefit is that you will be published in our website as an accounting firm partner of Odoo. So you will be promoted to other customers, or maybe current Odoo clients or Odoo users looking for external CPAs or accountants to help them with their books. And an important additional benefit is that you will have special discounts on expert support as well.
That's great.
What is our vision? So based on this problem, the solution, and the program, we envision to make Odoo the go-to accounting software in the Americas. As we mentioned before, manage all your different accounting workflows in one single place, from invoicing, documents, spreadsheets, so on and so forth. Let's go into the demo. Oksana, why don't you just tell us more about what we are going to see today?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Yair. And let's start focusing on our demo and workflows that we will demonstrate today. Today, we'll see how you can manage multiple clients in one single view: your account payable, receivable, sales taxes, payments, bank reconciliation, and also financial reports. So I will switch my screen to my database and to an odoo.com. And this is the first page that you would see when you search for odoo.com. And in here, I already have my account created. So by simple clicking on this gear button, I need to go to my databases. In this view, I can see all the databases, and this is each database that is related to a client under my account. So that means that client is already has me as a user under their database. That's why I'm able to see all of these databases under one view. Important to mention, for each of that client or for each of that database, you have the activities scheduled. And this view is also a great view to view what are the open questions or open activities you have for each client. So then you can focus on those first and then continue your daily operations. On this side, on the left, you can see also some information. We call it tags. You can add as many tags as you like, how you can define between different clients or companies. And also on the very top, you can see that I have a master template. This is a master database that I have configured for myself. And I also recommend for you to use this template when you want to create a new database for your clients. Not every client wants to create or deal with the databases they trust you. So that's how you can minimize the time that you spend on configuring a database and have this master template. So let's go ahead and see how easily we can duplicate and create a new database for our clients. When I click on this gear icon, I can go into duplicate and remove this tag and add the new name of my clients. So let's say in my case, this is gonna be demo. All right, let's press. Looks like I already have that, so let's do another one. All right, so now my database is duplicating and creating a completely new database for my client to use. If I scroll down, I can see just newly created database that I was able to duplicate from my template. Let's see how we can adjust tags. So if I click again to this gear icon and I go into tags, that's where I can update and remove any tag that I believe should not be related to this company, or add any new tags that I already have saved. Or if, let's say, it's a new one and I need to add, simply press on this plus and it will be added, and then save. Why these tags are important? Whenever you need to search your clients, you can just type here, and Odoo will search and exactly the tag that you are typing, and only view those databases that have that tag. But if I remove it, it will show all the databases that you have available. All right, and one important thing to mention, because it's a new database, when we connect to that database, it will require an activation. So you need to make sure you receive an email and activate the database. But for demo purposes, we already have activated a demo database that we will use for today's workflows. So let's connect to that database. All right, so now we see the dashboard or the view of this OneUp free accounting software or accounting app that Odoo provides for the accountants or for those who want to run their bookkeeping in site Odoo. And as we mentioned, this is OneUp free. It can be free forever until you add any other application if you need. So let's jump into our settings and review how we can update our general information. So in here, under general settings, we have companies, and this is the name of the company that we have. So if I update the information here, I will need to update a company name. In this case, I already did. And also if I need to update an address, an email of my clients, and so on and so forth. But because I already updated this, I don't need to adjust it right now. But this is where you will adjust all the information, because if you copy or duplicate your database, it will duplicate everything that you had previously. So make sure you update before you start working with your new client. And then another important thing I need to mention is if you go to manage users, here's all the users that you have under that database. It also was duplicated from my old template. And I wanted to make sure that I am already user set for my client, so they don't have to add me as an accountant or a user. I'm already there. The only thing what I need to do is add them as a users here, and also adjust that and transfer this database to them as the owners. So that's how simple you can review. And also another thing is what you can do is assign access rights. Of course, you want to see all the rights for yourself or for the client, or if client wants to change the rights, they can simply click here and decide which view they will grant to each user. All right, so I think that's enough on the setting part. Another important thing I would want to mention is if you go to accounting, important thing if we need to set is fiscal localization. This localization will help you to have a default settings and default chart of accounts that you would like to use, or add any additional accounts that you would want to have in the business. But this will give you ability to have that default chart of accounts, and we will see how that looks a bit later. So let's save all the changes that we made and go back to our previous view. In this view, I want to explain which each features mean, so then we can also understand what that mean and how you can use it. So this Discuss app is like a chatter or communication where you can communicate with your team or with your clients. Dashboards are for your statistic or some reports that you want to add and view how is your company doing. And if we go back, this accounting, this is the main accounting feature that we will use and see the workflows. And also another tab is documents. That's also another tab where we can start working on, where you can request all the files, all the necessary documents that you would like to have from your client. And that's how simple you also can keep everything in one place. So you don't have to search and go into your computer and search for those files. It's already going to be here. And then we will show you how you can also manage that files from here. So let's say I need to request a files, but Yair, why don't you help me to run this demo? And because you are also a business owner, I would just present the workflows and to you and to audience, and you can just help me and show me how you can manage that as an owner and send those files that maybe accountant is requesting.
Yeah, sure.
All
I will be
right.
happy to help.
Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and request that file by clicking New Request. I'm able to write, please send me bills for last month. All right, so let's say I'm requesting that from a client and I want to give just 1 day for them to upload those. I also can add an additional message and let me add some tags so I can make sure that this is something I need to validate, and that's a new folder that will be sent to me. So let's request that from a client. After I request that, I will have this placeholder available for me. So then I can see that this space is reserved for that particular documents that I'm requesting from a client. So why don't you, Yair, show me how it looks
Sure.
on your end?
So let me connect, as I am the CEO of this company. So
Awesome.
this is my email. Let's refresh and see if we received the email that Oksana just sent us via this request a document.
Right. It might take some time because we need to send that email, but let's see how that looks.
Yeah. Because of time, I think we can, we don't need to worry about the email. It will come through at some point. But what we can do is just log in into the database same as if I am the CEO of this company or the business owner.
Right.
And then go to the same place that Oksana was showing us, which is the Documents app. So I can either use the email or I can use the application itself. And as you can see, we have this placeholder where we need to upload the documents. Let's do that and see if it goes through. May take some time
Just
because
refresh
this
it.
is a live webinar, so these things can happen. So no worries. It's just a matter of taking some time and you will receive that document. And as Oksana pointed out, she actually gave us the entire day. So even if we send here or via email, it's going to be exactly the same. Let me maybe share with Oksana and see if she can see the document, because it seems that on my end it is not loading. I don't know if maybe it is the network
Sure,
here.
we can test that and see if that was already uploaded, or maybe make sure we have that email popped up. But because of the internet issue, sometimes that might be an issue. So let's try one more time and then jump into our main database. There you go.
Perfect.
So yes,
Thank you so
finally.
much, Oksana.
All
So
right.
I already uploaded, in this case, Oksana helped me out. I already uploaded the documents as the business owner or CEO of this company. Then let's see if we get any notification by email. No yet, but I can just communicate to Oksana that I already uploaded the documents. Let's see here. Let's refresh this window. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think I already received that file. So let me switch to my view. And because this is an online database, always remember to have a good internet and also refresh the database to see any updates that you might have from your clients. So you see in this case, now I have that same PDF file that Yair was able to upload for me, and I can go ahead and open the file and review it. So I can see that he sent a couple when like bills for last month, but it's all in one folder. So if I need to split my PDFs, so I can click on split the PDF and then just decide which ones I want to keep as a one folder or one document, or which ones I want to keep separate. So if I click on split, you see that Odoo already created a new four documents, PDF documents for me. And if I close and gather this into one document, now I see 5 different documents from one document that I received from Yair. So let's jump further and see how Odoo can help you actually create the vendor bill. And we are using OCR system that can help you do that and read your PDF and digitize that document into our vendor bill. So if we click on digitize the document, and we can wait a little bit so that
So
connection
it
will
seems
work.
really amazing, Oksana. So you are from one email, one document, you are creating multiple documents and also this vendor bill?
Correct, correct. That's an exciting
Nice.
part that is helpful for those who do receive a lot of bills and you need to have them linked or attached to an vendor bill. So in this case, if you see that I have this on the right side, the PDF, on the left side, Odoo is able to pull that information into this features, and then I have a like a product to adjust if I need to, also to confirm if I'm using the right account and if the price is the total price is the same. Well, it looks like I have all
Yeah, I
all
think
in place.
everything looks good to me. Just some important consideration here. This
Sure.
specific vendor bill is something that was paid in advance or prepaid. So basically, we prepaid 3 months for this service. Is that something that we can defer in Odoo? Is that possible? How can we do that?
Yes, definitely. So if it was a prepaid expense, let's say you want to defer that into like 3 months, what you can do is simply add the start date and end date into this bill. So let's say today's date, and then the end date will be in 3 months, and the end date. And then whenever I confirm, we see the smart button appeared, defer the entries, and if I click there, you can see all the journal entries that Odoo was able to set as a draft journal entry for me. And whenever we'll hit this time, it will automatically post that journal entry, and then it will be reflected on our reports. How do you like that?
That's really cool. I mean, we don't need to be worried about creating different vendor bills each time or different, I guess, accounting entries, right?
Correct, correct. So that's how you are able to create those entries just with 2 clicks, starting and end date. All right, so now we confirmed and we have this bill ready. So let's jump back, and I just want to pay your attention that I didn't leave this documents feature, and I was able to pull that document and create a vendor bill from the documents feature. So I don't have to go out or like search for that bills. I was able to create and generate the journal entry from this view. But let's go back to our main dashboard, and then let's review what we have under an accounting app and find the same vendor bill under vendors and bills. And we see that this is the same vendor bill that we just created. So if I open it, it's just exactly the same. So let's go back to our dashboard. And one more additional thing I would like you to share with me. So I have this email, and you can also share any additional bills that you have open and you would like to share with me.
Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, I have one that is an expense. We just bought a laptop,
Great.
which is a pretty special laptop, and I know that we need to manage that accounting wise properly because I think that's something called fixed asset, right? Let
Correct.
me share that with you, and why don't you just show me after that how we can do that in Odoo, okay?
Sure. Yeah. If you can use this email and send that to me to the database we have created.
Perfect. So I am going to my email as the CEO of this company. I'm going to paste here the email that you provide and attach the file here.
Great.
Just a preview, just to make sure that I'm sending you the right document. Perfect. This is the laptop. Oh,
Yes,
yes,
correct. And we
awesome.
have
And then let's
7,900.
send this. I already sent that one.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Let me get back to my database and review how that looks on our side. So as you see in this view under vendor bills, I have one bill that we just were able to create from a document. But when I refresh it, because you just sent another bill to me, you see that I have another thing popped up called to validate. So there's another bill that I need to validate before I can run my reconciliation or do any other workflows. So when I click to validate, you see this is an exactly same amount that Yair showed us, and also the exact same PDF file that was sent through an email. So in this case, you mentioned that this is his laptop. And for the laptop, I have another model or a classification of a fixed asset. We call it model in Odoo. And I did some configuration beforehand, specifically for account. Let me change that account to fixed assets. And you see that Odoo is able to, again, pull all the details because we're using OCR system. And also how Odoo would find the right account is because we're also using some AI features. Because previously I used this vendor bill to create another bill. It was using an expense account. It already suggested me to use the same account. But because it's a different product and this is a fixed asset, I need to adjust an account. And in this case, when I added this fixed asset account, and because, as I mentioned, I did some configurations, whenever I confirm, I have a smart button appeared with an asset. Let's open and review. So in here, I have an asset classification, in this case, or asset model, as we say it in Odoo. Asset value, it was pulled from the bill. Also the model or classification, which is computers and electronics, and all the depreciation information. This I'm using the method of a straight line and also duration of 84 month. So whenever I see that all of this looks good, and then all the journal entries or accounts that I'm using for this particular fixed asset are correct, I can start computing my depreciation journal entries. So when I click on compute, you see I have this depreciation board. And when I click to this board, you can see all the journal entries that are needed to be there across all time that my model, fixed asset model is created. So when I confirm that this is exactly what I want to see, I can click on confirm. Now you see that all these journal entries were in draft, but after I confirmed, now this all journal entries are posted because this was a previous time or previous month, but this month is waiting for the an exact end of the month. So then this journal entry will be posted. All right, so if I go back, so that's how easy you are able to create your fixed asset model or fixed asset classification, and also register those journal entries. So then you don't have to worry by the end of the month that you need to create those journal entry. It will be done for you.
Awesome. That's amazing, Oksana. Thank you for sharing that.
All right, that's awesome. So Yair, I think we're all set of terms of account payable. Now let's show our audience how Odoo can manage their account receivable. So maybe you can show us how a business owner can create a customer invoice and customer can pay online. So I'm just gonna bring you back to our dashboard and then show that under the customers, there's an invoices that you can start creating anew. Why don't you show me how you would do that?
Yes, of course. I will log in as the CEO. So I'm going to go back to my CEO view or business owner, and I'm going to do exactly what you just did. Go to accounting and then go to customer invoices.
Great.
Perfect. So I'm going to create a new invoice. Let's choose this customer Assure Interior. And then obviously we already set up this beforehand, and we can see all this information here, as you can see. Something important to mention is that we have all this in advance, and based on this information, we can see how Odoo can automatically set up some things, for example, taxes. Before that, let's add the product itself. So we are a consulting company. We are going to sell this consulting service. And because I already configured the customer and assigned something that we call fiscal position to this customer, this fiscal position was created in advance and assigned to this customer. So you can assign the specific taxes each time that we are creating a customer invoice automatically. So we don't need to select here the specific tax, Odoo will do it for us. And we can create those fiscal positions on our own, or we can use an integration for that. We have an integration with Avalara Avatax. So either way, Odoo will help you to set the specific taxes here based on that fiscal position. So let's confirm this customer invoice. Oh, I missed the date of the invoice. So let's do the date as well. Let's save, compute taxes automatically, and then let's confirm the due date. Let's switch into days to make it easier. Okay, for some reason it's showing something about the taxes itself.
Give me 1 second. Yes.
Let me as Oksana as an accountant, what can we do here, Oksana?
Yes, because some of the tax log dates were performed. Let me adjust that real quick so then we can start continuing.
Okay, let's wait for Oksana to work on
But
the accounting side.
you can start
Maybe
performing, yeah, later
just
this
move on
month.
to the next
Correct.
month, and then we'll solve the issue here. And let's give them 30 days. Perfect. Let's confirm this invoice, and there we go. Perfect. So what we can do now is just share this with our customer, in this case, Azure Interior. We just click on print and send, and we'll send them this default email template that you can see all this information, and they can see this beautiful and nice PDF. What they can do also is Azure Interior. They will receive the email, and they will click on the smart button that they will receive, and they will see this nice website where they can actually pay online directly from here. They can just click here, and this is something pretty handy. We have different payment providers that you can use. Everything is integrated in Odoo, and you don't need to worry about that. Perfect. So in this case, the customer already paid online, and I think we are all set in terms of this customer invoice. We created that using the CO profile in Odoo. So we, as the CO or business owner, create the invoice, and the customer pay online easily. Perfect, Sana. Why don't
Great.
you just show us what is going to happen next on this workflow?
Thank you so much for showing that flow. Let me switch to the screen we were previously and let refresh this view. So now we see that we have an invoice that was created by the owner, by Yair, and it says that status is in payment. So after we know that the client has paid, and we know that it's been maybe a day or two, so definitely reflected in our bank. So let's jump back to our dashboard and click into our bank and see the view of how we can also reconcile and match our payments with the already existing journal entries. So on the right side, you can see that this is all the journal entries that I have from my bank statement. And it's already went out of my bank or into the bank as a deposit. So let's try to find that particular payment that was just received from our customer. So when I click on this transaction, I see that Odoo shows me on the right side a journal entry that is used for recording this transaction. And also if I click on this line here, this is a journal entry for that payment that we just received. So if I click to that payment and then I click to validate, you see that this journal entry was updated, and now I have a bank, also another journal entry, so bank as a debit and then outstanding receipt as a credit. So that's how you're able to reconcile and match your transactions with whatever you have in the bank transactions. So another thing I want to mention, because this invoice was paid, so we have that payment registered. If we click on this transaction, you remember this is the transaction that we had a bill created. So let me open another view for you to see one optional thing. So if I go back to my customer invoices, I want to show you that after I reconciled, the status now is updated and it says that it's paid. So whenever you have that step of a payment receiving, it will be in payment, and after you reconcile, it will be paid. But let's see what happens when we don't have that payment registered. And if I open this bill, it doesn't say that it's in payment, but I already see that it's already went out of my bank, and I see that transaction here. So I can click on that transaction, and Odoo is already bringing me a suggestion which journal entry I need to reconcile it with. So when I click to that journal entry and I see that this is the exactly bill that was sent and I paid for that bill. So when I click to that and validate, again, it's reconciled. And if I go to my bill and then refresh my view, it will also say paid. So there's two options. Either you actually receive a payment and mark it as payment received, and then match your payments with bank transactions, or you can match directly from these bank transactions and with the journal entries that you have created in the system. All right. So let's jump into one more thing that I want to share with you. So let's say you have monthly expenses that you pay on monthly basis. And in my case, this is the utilities. I would like to share how you can create a rule. In our case, we call it, again, model, for you to save time on researching which exactly account you have to use for this specifically expense. So if I go to this gear icon and view my models, you see that I have a couple rules or models created for each of type of transaction or for the type of expenses. In this case, I want to show you this one, Sunny Side Utilities. So here you can either have the another like a button generated or rule to be suggesting you which account you need to use for this particular expense. In my case, this is the utilities. And also you need to set like a label name or a label item that you will see popping up in your journal entries or transactions. But in my case, I want to see a button, so it will be easier for me to research, and then I save it. Go back to my bank reconciliation view, and you see on the right side, I have that button appear here. So whenever I click to this transaction, and then I know that this is a rule that I have, you see Odoo has already updated this account for me. So now it's allowing me to validate because it will create a journal entry from this view. So you don't have to go in and search or create a vendor bill or create an invoice and then match it. So you can create the journal entry from here. So when I click on validate, you see that I was able to create that journal entry, and it's also reconciled in the system. Another option, if you don't have that rule, but you also want to have that journal entry created, you can simply go to manual operations and then adjust the partner if you need to, partner or contact name, vendor name, and then adjust an account, which one you want to use. All right, so that in this case, that was all reconciled that we have at the bank. And we were able to match it with whatever transactions or journal entries we have in the system, and we were able to confirm the vendor bill and invoice that is already in the bank.
Okay, thank you so much, Oksana. So we just saw how to match these vendor bills, customer invoices, and then these expenses like utilities as well.
Correct.
So this is really good. I'm just wondering, how can we make sure that this is being recorded properly in our books? For example, is there any way that we can see a monthly report or maybe compare with previous periods? Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. These all reports we can find under reporting. And if we click here, you can see all the main reports that you need to find is balance sheet, profit and loss, your general ledger. So let's review one by one. So if we click to our balance sheet, that's where we can see that all of our transactions that we did today are also in here. So we have a bank balance, we also have accounts receivable, and so on and so forth. So if you want to see which accounts is under this particular line, then you need to open this drop down. But if I want to see what journal entries I have under that account, so if I click to general ledger, I can see the journal entries that we're able to pull. So this is our vendor bill that we just created, and also our invoice. And another expense that we have is our Sunny site utilities. But if I remove this particular number of account, you can review all of that general ledger, and also the same way you can access that general ledger from here. So remember, on this top, it's like filters. When you can add any additional information, it will search and show you the particular report that you want to see. In this case, let's say we want to compare, as you mentioned, to a previous period. So if we go here, it will show us the end of the last year in all of the numbers. But let's go to our profit and loss, the same view. We have received, so this is revenue that we have, an income, and also the expenses. But let's say if we want to see and compare it to our previous period, which is year to year. But if we want to adjust our report and see a monthly basis or quarterly, we can click on that. And now it's going to show us a monthly report and also compare to the previous month. And as I mentioned, remember that there's a lot of things you can adjust and actually create your report, the one you are looking for. And if you need to do a custom dates, you click on custom dates and then adjust any date that you would like to see. All right, does it look good to you?
Yeah, this is really good. I mean, just with
Great.
a few clicks, we can like easily play with these reports, right?
Correct. So
That's
that's how you're able to manage that.
amazing. Thank you so much, Oksana. Is there anything else that you want to show us today, or?
Yes, one more thing is, as you remember, you computed some taxes automatically. So that's the sales tax. I want to share how you can run a report for the sales tax. So if you click the tax return, and then if you choose the right period for that, you can see all the taxes that was computed for you. So just in case if you need to make sure that you have this register, and also we can do the closing entry. Now we have this, all of this tax that was received. It can be recorded under tax payable. So when I post this, Odoo will generate a report for me, and also it will sit here until I pay it and match it with the bank. So now I have a total report of my taxes paid, total amount from where these taxes were pulling from, and then I have an activities that reminds me to send this report and also to pay those taxes. All right, and I think it's helpful and useful for those who are doing a paying sales tax. All right, I believe this is all I have for today.
Okay, thank you so much, Orsana. I think that was last part really, really important and useful. So we can have the sales taxes already in the system, and actually, in this case, our accountant can help us with that.
Correct. Yeah. So why don't you just do a quick recap of what we learned today, and see if we have any additional questions?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
So, as we saw, we covered these different topics: managing multiple clients in one single view, AR, AP, sales taxes, payments, bank reconciliation, and financial reports. What we can see here is that collaboration is key. As you saw in this demonstration, we were like using the systems, the accountant and also the business owner pretty easily. We communicate with each other using the system as well. And we also saw how to manage documents easily. With just a few clicks, you were able to create vendor bills and also set documents and tax as well. And one important thing is that it's not only transforming PDF into text, but also putting that text information in the right fields. In this case, we are using our proprietary AI tool inside Odoo, and it has 98% recognition rate. So the more you use it, the better it becomes, right?
Right, that's great.
And we also saw automatic tax computation. If you create your own fiscal positions, or if you use an integration like the one that we have with Avatax. Either way, you just need to assign that fiscal position to the customer, and then Odoo will um, set the specific taxes on the customer invoice. You need to pick each one of the taxes, no?
All right.
Something important, also pretty handy that we have different payment providers that you can use: PayPal, Stripe, Authorize.net, so on and so forth. So you can make your life and your customers' life easier.
Mm-hmm.
And the automatic bank reconciliation, we can use models and match automatically as well. So, and finally, as we saw in the beginning, this is something that a bookkeeping company can use for one client or for multiple clients. You guys can see easily all your different databases or customers in one single view. You can see the activities that you have pending for each one of them, and then manage your work better, either on your own or as a team as well. So that was about the demonstration. Now let's talk about the accounting firm levels that we have in the program and the benefits. We have 4 different levels. The first one is the learning accounting firm partner, which is an accounting firm or bookkeeping company offering these services using or starting to use Odoo. They may have one client or not, that's okay, but you can sign into the program for free. At the end of this webinar, we are going to contact you to have a one-on-one conversation and to set you in the right level based on your stage right now. Some benefits that you will have as a learning partner is that obviously you will have the free access to the client's database, free introductory training. We are going to share specific resources with you, and additional benefits as we mentioned before. Then, as soon as you have 2 clients in Odoo, 2 databases, so, and you also have your website public offering accounting services, you will be published in our website as well. So that way you will be recognized as one of our accounting partners, and you will be promoted not only to current customers that you may have, but also current Odoo customers looking for external accountants to help them with their books. Then we have the 2 higher levels, silver and gold, that the difference is the number of clients that they have or databases that they have. You guys will have the same benefits plus a joint go-to-market strategy in the silver partner case. And for the gold, you will have dedicated resources for this go-to-market strategy. What do we mean with that is that we will work together to help you bring more clients, maybe with marketing initiatives. You have the option of being mentioned or promoted in one of our events, business shows. We have Odoo Connect, our annual summit in September, and you can even be a potential co-speaker on those type of events.
Great, great.
Perfect. So if we move on, what is going to happen next after this webinar? As I mentioned before, well, first off, you have our contact information. Feel free to send us an email and we can go from there, but we will contact you directly. We will share with you an appointment link so you can book some time with us. We can sign you into the program, and most importantly, to get to know you and see how we can help you in your Odoo journey. At some point, if you need any additional services or licenses, either for you or for one of your clients, you will have an account manager, someone to maybe show you the different applications and services that we offer. And hopefully, after these conversations, so you start your journey in Odoo and start using the system. You are able to onboard clients that you currently have. We can help you with that as well. And also, it is really important for us that you keep the communication open, so we receive your feedback. Any additional features that you think are useful in your daily practice, we can explore the option of adding that into the system by default. And also receive feedback from your customers, because as you saw in our demonstration, this is something collaborative, all right? And something important to mention, you will always have the functional technical support 24/5. Actually, I have an additional slide to go into details of the benefits and teams. We are as an accounting firms team, we can sign you into the program, we can share free training resources, And if you need additional more advanced or one-on-one training or implementation support, we are here to help you as well. Those are kind of paid services as well. So as I mentioned before, the account manager will help you to show you additional apps for you or for your clients, help you with subscriptions or licenses, or any additional paid services, as I mentioned, for you or your clients. And the functional support team that is available for you and your clients as well, to solve any issues, technical issues, server errors, so on and so forth. 24/5 live support in English, French, or Spanish. And I think that should be it from our side. We have a few minutes. Maybe we can take some questions from the audience before we finish this webinar.
Yes, we did receive some questions and I can jump in and explain. So, one of the questions that we have is show how you can show multiple years in balance sheet report. So, let me jump quickly back to my database. As I mentioned, so when you have this report open, on the top there is a filters ability for you to add and adjust any date or any specific year. So when you want to see year by year, you need to first specify that you want to see a yearly report, and then jump back to comparison, and then choose, do you want to have 1 year only, or let's say I want to see 2 years before. So whenever I refresh that,
I think we don't have enough information to show multiple years, or do we?
yeah, it should show me like a 0, so bear with me. I'm just gonna refresh. Okay, and let's try to add 2. Yes, it actually
We
worked.
only have 2
Another
years.
other, but yeah, that's how you were able to see like one by one. But we can try to do this here. So now you can see that this is the actual year, this is the last year, and this is 2023. And because I didn't have anything, it shows zeros for me. But this is how you are able to adjust how many years in like you want to go back, or just 1 year. Same thing with the years, month, or quarters that you want to review.
Okay.
All right. And I believe that's the same thing that can happen with your profit and loss. So that you can just adjust based on your needs. All right. Another question that we had is close out.
I think we are running out of time, Oksana, but
Okay.
thank you so much for answering that. We will answer additional questions. I think Pinellas and Michaela asked some questions. We are going to answer that by email, if you don't mind,
Right.
so we can respect the time of all the audience as well. Thank you so much for joining today, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.
Right. Thank you so much, and we'll be in touch.